Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to be going through Future State Dark Detective #1. The first story in this is a Bruce Wayne Batman story written by Mariko Tamaki with art by Dan Mora. And then there is a Cole Cash Grifter story as a backup written by Matthew Rosenberg with art by Carmine G. Diamonico. And I love the art throughout. And I was looking forward to reading this mainly because I'm not a huge Mariko Tamaki fan. I like some of their stuff that isn't necessarily superhero stuff, but her superhero stuff has not been great for me, at least. And I didn't really dig her Wonder Woman. So going into this, wondering what's going to go on, because she will be writing the Detective Comics book come March. So we go into this, and it is more visual than anything. This Bruce Wayne Batman story goes very quickly. There's not much of a story to it. It's more of setting the scene. The problem is there's not a lot of space with this whole future state to kind of meander about, but the visuals are great. Dan Mora's art is great, and it's intriguing enough to see the future of 2027, and it's 2 years after the next Batman book. And Gotham seems a lot more futuristic than what we saw in that next Batman deal. Whether or not that is on purpose or it's just the way Mariko Tamaki and Dan Mora want to play it, I don't know. But you end up having Bruce Wayne, Batman, on the run, but also being listed as dead. In this book, you end up having newscasts and people talking about Bruce Wayne and Batman both being dead, but obviously we see Bruce here. And like I said, he is on the run. He is still Batman, but kind of going anonymous type deal, even more so than what is usually the Batman deal. But you end up seeing Peacekeeper 1 announcing we've taken care of the Batman. And this is obviously the picture behind Peacekeeper 1 is obviously the Bruce Wayne Batman, not the next Batman with Tim/Jace Fox. So they know Bruce Wayne, Batman, all the stuff going on. They assume death, but we see that's not the case. And yeah, throughout this, it is just Bruce on the run. And with that, you can take the Bruce out of the Batman, but not the Batman out of the Bruce. I don't know how you would say it, but he ends up running into a guy being mugged, about to be sliced, and he steps in and starts fighting. And as he is fighting these thugs, you end up having the magistrate and their tech show up, trying to stop all of this, where then Bruce puts on the mask. And with that, it does remind me of the motorcycle riding Bruce Wayne from Scott Snyder's Year One. I kind of like this costume here as it's kind of ripped apart and a little bit, shredded. And Bruce starts fighting. Batman starts fighting back. He's jumping off buildings. Like I said, it's very neon-esque, very futuristic looking Gotham City, but there isn't that much to it. There isn't that much overall to the story, as Peacekeeper 1 is looking at all these things and watching out to see if this is Batman, if this is all going on. But yeah, you end up with just a Bruce Wayne on the run. He ends up having to kind of gather himself, and we'll see what happens. But it's okay. It's a nice start. Like I said, it's more visual. It's more feels to it, but there just isn't that much of a story yet. So I'm going to wait to see what goes on with the story before actually judging and saying, oh, I'm not going to read Tamaki's Detective. I'm going to read it anyway and review it and all that. But am I going to enjoy it? I still don't know. I'm hoping that Batman is a character that she is able to write well. Now we move to the Grifter story. And the Grifter story by Matthew Rosenberg, and like I said, art by Carmine G. Diamonico, is really good. And I saw a lot of people saying, oh my God, I didn't even know Grifter. And boy, that really impressed me. And it's a lot of fun. This backup is a ton of fun. And in my mind, and I don't mind Grifter, mainly my connection to Grifter is reading some Wildcats, but mainly through the New 52. And his book was not great, but this could have actually been a Red Hood Jason Todd story with a little tweaking right now. But I do like Cole. So you're there, and you're just going to get the idea. Cole He ends up playing cards. He ends up duping people. He cheats at things. He gets in a lot of fights. And a lot of people know Cole as Grifter, and he owes a lot of people money, explanations, fists. He ends up getting in a fight as the GCPD come to take him in, but it's really seems to be the magistrate or something else going on. And like I said, a lot of fun, a lot of action in this story as Cole eventually gets taken down and put in a van, the GCPD/magistrate van, where he ends up running into Luke Fox Batwing, who is in the van, handcuffed as well. And Luke wants to get out of Gotham. He wants to get out of Gotham, and he needs Cole's help. And even Cole says, well, your dad has tons of money. He has the Bruce Wayne's money. And you end up having Luke, no. I don't want my dad to really know that I'm Batwing. I'd like to keep that on the down low, and I want to get out of the city. Can you help me? And, Cole, he can help him. But first they have to get out of this van, out of this pretty much tank. And he ends up kicking Luke right in the face, knocking him out, blood all over the place, so that he can yell to the drivers, the police, hey, the guy back here, he's starting to puke. He passed out. He's puking up blood. I think he's going to die. You don't want that. And when they do come out, then Cole just starts fighting him. And it's a big fight as you have this tank/van going down the road, careening into other vehicles, things like that. Eventually, Cole is able to free both him and Luke, and they go off to Cole's apartment. They get some stuff. That's where Luke says, here, I have an untraceable card with a ton of money on it. It's yours if you get me out of Gotham. I just need to get out of here. And so they move on. And with that, he ends up putting a hood over Luke, but then puts on his Grifter deal. It's a cool look. It's a really, really cool look. I always liked the whole bandana, thing that Grifter has going on. So right now, he's fully Grifter. And they go off, and you have little things that are setting up stories that I hope end up continuing, not even just in this. I hope that this is something that will continue, because I had a lot of fun with it, where you have a character Vale with the Black Mass Syndicate. This all just causes a fight so that they can end up running around, shooting guns, and then going into a doorway that actually is where they were going to go, an old bakery, that it seems that the person that can help Luke get out of Gotham, help Cole, all of this stuff, is Huntress, which is awesome. And we end with a cool deal, a cool cliffhanger with Luke and Cole. Cole's lighting up a cigarette like a badass, and you have Huntress hanging from the rafters without them actually knowing that she's there, though I think Cole does. I don't think Luke does. But it's a really good story with Grifter, and it's a lot of fun. And I end up liking things with the fun factor. That is big for me. Plus, the art throughout this whole issue is really great. So the Mariko Tamaki Dan Mora Bruce Wayne Batman story, The Dark Detective, not much going on there, but I like the feel of it. I like it's one of those things that it didn't mess anything up, and the visuals were great. So I'll wait and see with that. But at least I'm not upset, and I had a lot of fun with the Grifter deal. So overall, I'm going to go 8.5 with this, and I think that it's something that you should check out. It's a quick read, and it's an oversized issue that reads real quick. Some people don't like that. I don't mind, because I was having so much fun. Didn't even check the page count once, and that's something I do a lot because of my lack of attention span. But I hope that everybody read it, liked it, and let me know in the comments below. And please, if you like this video, subscribe, like it, do all that. Check out our links below and things to our podcast and website, Weird Science. We have a DC and Marvel podcast website, all that stuff. But check it out. That'd be cool. And I'll talk to you later.